Brewer's audience, and then there's Nate Bargatze's audience, and there's Kevin Hart's audience, and you can get an audience. Like, you just have to put your work out there, and people resonate with your work. And you might not like these guys. You might say, this guy sucks, or that guy sucks, and I like this guy. No, it's fine. You're allowed to have personal taste, just like there's personal taste in music that I don't like. But the proof is in the pudding. People come to see you? Do you put asses in seats? Do they enjoy the time? Or is it an angry bomb where you're on stage ranting about other comedians? Well, that's Maron. And he does that all the time. Tim Dillon was just saying he was doing that in L.A. the other day, just ranting about all the comedians that are at the Riyadh Comedy Festival, which is all, like legitimate area of criticism if you can make it funny. Like, you're working for the Saudi government, and they've definitely done some stuff that's fucking horrible. But the root of it all is not real. It's not that he cares so much that he wants everyone to do the right thing. That's not it. He's upset that all these people are getting attention. He's upset that it's very childish. But he'll make it look like, he's the righteous side, the left, the progressives. He's the voice now, and he's gonna fucking, we got work to do. We got to get these fascists out. No, it's about him getting more attention. That's what it ultimately is all about, and that's unfortunate. And I'm not mad at him. And if I saw him and I talked to him, we were cool, I'd give him a hug.
You're just being honest. You're being just honest,
right? But he wants to pretend that everybody else is bad and mean, and this is like the reason why they're successful, or that they're hacks.
Or that the culture's corrupt. And
well, he
that's
also says some dumb shit like, you can stop making fun of trans people. They can't get health care. That's one of the things he said. Like, what are you talking about? They can't get health care. Health care is care that makes you healthy. The law that got passed was stopping chemical castration drugs and surgery for underage children that are confused.
Yeah. And you know how many kids are? Yeah, don't
By
get
the way,
on
these things that they call like hormone
cross-sex
blockers,
hormones? Are you kidding? Puberty blockers?
But hold on, hormone blockers. That's not what they originally were used for. We know that like medicine can be used off-label, right? And the idea of that initially was there was only like 100 different kinds of medicine, and you could figure out what would work, and you could prescribe it for different things and off-label uses. The stuff that they're using, that they're calling puberty blockers, is the same drugs that they used to give to sex offenders for chemical castration. It's the same drugs.
It's fucking unbelievable.
It's chemical castration drugs, and you're giving it to children.
Yeah.
And then there's this narrative that it can be reversible. No, it's not. No, you go through, you're going to have a micro penis for the rest of your life. You're going to have fucked up vocal cords. Your whole body is going to be...
Your bone density sucks.
Strokes. There's a lot of like weird horrific side effects.
It's so fucking evil to me.
Right, so his straw man is... transgender people can't. You should stop talking about it, man. They can't get medical care. They can't get health care. You happy? Like that has never been the case.
Well, he's
it's
saying
not
that's what you're saying. That the problem is
he's just trying to get you to limit the amount of things that you're talking about that people want to hear.
Right.
That's really what he's doing. Yeah. It's like a really selfish, self-oriented fucking thing. It's not righteous. That's what's the crazy thing about it. And people are gonna find that out, man. They're gonna dig into you. They're gonna listen to the things you say and the way you behave and the things you've talked about, saying, like that the whole reason why everybody voted for Trump is because they wanted to say the word retard. That's a straw man. Like, if it was a really funny bit, I get it. It's okay. It's not that good a bit, but it's a straw man. That's not true. What everybody wanted was they realized there was a crazy thing happening where the border was wide open,
right? And
20 million people got in 4 years that weren't supposed to be here,
right?
But does that mean that you support everything that they're doing now? Or are they kicking people out? No. This storming into the fucking Home Depot and arresting people. No, that's not cool either.
No.
The military in the street, I think, is a dangerous precedent. But also, why are you allowing people to just riot on the streets and burn down buildings? Like,
why do you have to lock up toothpaste in Washington, D.C.? Toothpaste. You got to lock it up.
San Francisco as
well.
Is
that good?
No, look, there's a balance to be had here, and there's a conversation to be had, but it's not in straw man arguments where you're saying that the only reason why people want is because they wanted to say this. These comedians are just voting for fascism.
No, this is why with my podcast, like I got to a point where I was interviewing people, right? It was great. But the problem is I After a while for me, like there are too many people like you who do it really well. I would love, and I don't know if I'll be able, I think I talked to you about this, just to get people on two different sides to have a discussion. Just to find out, like, just to kind of get to so in other words, can we just try to approach this as solving a problem?
We don't have to be the right two people.
It's hard to get them, though. But
that's what I want to get them, but it also has to be two people that are actually just trying to state their points. You know, it's a really good example that recently Coleman Hughes
was great.
He's great. A brilliant debate.
Yes.
And never
And
devolved.
you learned things from that.
You're not going to see Marc Maron in one of those.
And that's the bummer. It's like if you have these ideas you're standing on and you're vocal with them, right? Then you should be willing to put them on the table and see how they war against another idea.
And you also
that's
should
the whole
entertain
point.
the other person's perspective. The
Of
problem
course.
is, like, Dave has been saying it one way for the longest time. And when Coleman said that, I think the correct response is, that is true.
Yeah.
You got a really good point.
You won. You're right.
However, no, you didn't really win. Because they did do exactly what was in that memo. I mean, they did overthrow every single country except for...
So Joe basically went on a 20-minute rant on Marc Maron. And in that little part, he called him out over criticizing comedians for going to the Riyadh Comedy Festival, transgendered issues, Trump. Joe has been saving that for so long, and Marc Maron finally ended WTF podcast, and this is the time Joe decided to strike. Joe has had enough of Marc Maron, and look, I don't care whose side you're on, who you agree with, but that was a nice epic rant, a nice epic Joe Rogan takedown of an enemy. And like he said, hey, if I see Marc in life, Marc's a bitch, and he'll just be like, oh, I'm sorry. See, here's the problem. Marc Maron, like, if you ever saw Joe Rogan in real life, would really want nothing to do with him. I know Joe Rogan's a little low fella, but still, Marc Maron wouldn't want any part of that. But Joe also kind of revealed that Tim Dillon was throwing Marc under the bus and saying, oh, Marc was doing material the other night, Tim Dillon told me. Although Marc's done that material publicly, so it doesn't really matter, but I just really, really like the clap back. Finally, Rogan responded, and it was nice, and it was epic. Called him sad, pathetic, mentally ill, jealous. He said he bombed. And that's why he had to talk about other comedians. Damn. Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments.